Hello and welcome back to the channel of Major92, the Shaman of Gaming. So, every COD fan in the world will have known August 15th, for whatever day you're watching this video on, was the full multiplayer reveal of Black Ops 2, and having watched the whole live stream, I felt inspired to make a video sort of cherry picking what I believe is some of the highlights out of the whole stream and, you know, of what I've seen. Sort of go over some things to look out for if you didn't see it, and, you know, if you didn't see it, then, you know, showing you what happened and some of the best bits, and then I'll sort of go over my opinion on what I've seen so far of it, and, you know, what was displayed at Gamescom, and yeah, whether I think it's really going to end up being a success, and whether the changes that they've made are, you know, relevant to what the COD community really want to see. So the first thing I'm going to run over is just little bits of the first interview with David Vonderhaar. So here it is.
Let's go to the head of design for Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Mr. Dave Vonderhaar. David, what's new in Black Ops 2 and how does it differ from previous games?
Larry, when we started development of Call of Duty Black Ops 2 multiplayer, we really wanted to challenge all of the fundamental assumptions about all of our core gameplay systems. So all of those systems, including Create a Class, the score streak system, even ranking and unlocking, we've had a really critical, deep think about the best way we can put power to customize the game back in the hands of the player.
So that's basically the perfect answer that you want to hear from the design head, really. Basically wants to empower the players to play the game they really, you know, want to play it. And they're doing that by taking the majority of the core features and twisting them to, you know, empower the players. I sort of trust David Vonderhaar a little bit more than I've sort of trusted some of the, you know, the design heads and the creators at Infinity Ward for the last few years. So let's see what else he's got to say.
There's so much going on here. Give us kind of a high level of some of the headlines.
Yeah, so, you know, the game takes place in 2025. So all of our brand new toys and technologies and gadgets that you're going to find in multiplayer, we built because it gives us this great sandbox for us to develop new gameplay mechanics around that technology.
Now, there's a real sports feel to this experience, isn't there? There's some great new features.
So the esports initiative. So in the competition and esports initiative, we're doing a lot of things for players. First off, we're going to have a skill-based matchmaking system that we refer to as league play. So that way you and I can play together if we're of equal skill, because the game is fun when competition is at an equal playing field. Competition's fun when we're at the same level. So that's how we do the sport. The second thing that we do is a feature we call codcasting. Codcasting is a special type of spectator mode, and it allows a guy inside the game to serve as a type of color commentator. And he can go through the game, you can see everyone on the map, you can see where they all are, what kind of kill streak they're on, if they're taking objectives in a particular type of view. And you can use this to put on a great spectator experience for other people, therefore making the game fun to watch.
Right, now, when I sort of first heard about this idea of, you know, colour commentating or shoutcasting during a multiplayer game, I was a little bit sketchy, you know, wasn't sure of how it'd really work. But having watched the whole live stream, and especially with Astro doing the codcasting, it looks like really good fun, and it does just add some more of that fun factor into COD, which it needed, I think. And, you know, as they say, it brings out some more of the sporty side, you know, shows it more as a competition. And yeah, really good new addition, you know, puts a new spin on it, new angle on it. And I think that's about the end of this interview, so I'll show some of this codcasting and some of the actual multiplayer gameplay in action. So here it comes.
Good luck.
Okay, come on.
Here it is, Cargo. For the first time ever, Black Ops 2 multiplayer is being podcasted to the world. It's the first exhibition match, and as you see right off the bat, we are in Codcaster mode, and we are on board with Shane from Team Prophecy, and early on, Prophecy is going to break out left here, and it looks like the Europeans are going to make a move for this office building, and they're going to run right into some of the Americans as we see Shane throwing a bouncing Betty in immediately. He's going to hit fire. He's got an LMG, picking up a very nice shot on Optic Ray right there. So nice job by the Europeans drawing first blood, but the North Americans actually answer back pretty quickly here. And let's take a look here at our picture-in-picture mode. We can see that big timer for the North Americans is on a 3-kill streak here. So we'll swap over to him. He is packing the SIG 556.
So, as you can see there, even though this codcasting, shoutcasting thing is a completely new and innovative feature in the COD series, I think they've done a perfect job of setting it out, in a really sort of attractive way. It looks really nice and it works really well. The person who's actually shoutcasting it can see the scoreboard, see who's on what streaks, and then they can pull up the full map and see, where sort of engagements are about to happen and where the action's really going down. And it also shows who's, capturing objectives and who's working for the team. So I think it's really perfect in that regard. As regards to the actual multiplayer in that first little section, there's not much to really complain about. And I think one thing I noticed was that Woody, I think, is going to be really happy. It looks like they've opened the colour palette out a little bit and it's, much brighter, and there's a huge array of colours instead of just grey and black. And, even though Dave Vonderhaar said that they were looking at, tweaking the main core features, as he said, I think he was more focused on the creator class, unlocking kill streaks and that sort of thing, because, at the core, the actual gameplay, Call of Duty should be a Twitch-based shooter, a fast-paced shooter, and they haven't changed that, which I'm really glad about, so let's carry on.
And he's got the millimeter wave scanner on that bad boy, and that MMS is a new attachment here in Black Ops 2 multiplayer. It actually will see through walls if anybody is standing stationary on the other side, so it is very much a rusher's tool. It is very able and capable of sneaking out and finding the campers who are oh so frustrating in Call of Duty.
Notice how Hastro said when they are stationary, so this attachment therefore will not be overpowered as some people had feared when they first saw the multiplayer trailer, so that's that one cleared up.
And he has the M8A1, and he has the target finder attachment on that. Now the target finder attachment is so valuable because it actually paints the enemy within your sights, as you see Merc getting some nice hit markers right there. And he also has the combat axe and the shock charge, so I think Merc is trying to go for that highlight reel.
Well, the target finder sight. To be honest, this is another thing when I saw it in the trailer that I was a little bit anxious about, and even after I'd seen it in action, I was still a little bit scared of people using this religiously when the game comes out. But then, after I thought about it for a while, during this live stream, these were, competitive players, probably using some of the best guns on the game, and if you were to use this sight on a gun that had a little bit more recoil, it'd be rendered so much harder to use than, a gun with little to no recoil. Also, when you're aiming down sight, is the only time it actually paints the target is if they're inside the actual sight itself, and it gives you supreme tunnel vision. So, it might be harder to use than it looks.
As the Europeans are still in the lead by 6 now, Merc picking up a kill right there with some hip fire, and it looks like he's going to be scoping in. He's going to go ahead and call in a UAV for his team. Let's see if the North Americans can take advantage of this. And we'll go ahead and listen into the North American side and see how they're communicating.
Right, so I think I'll leave it here for my first video of my analysis of what I saw of the reveal of the multiplayer on Black Ops 2. I'm not sure how many videos I'm going to do. It'll probably be 2. Anyway, in the next part, I'll be covering 2 new game modes and more of what we saw from the creator class and how I think it's going to affect the game as a whole. So hopefully you'll be inspired to join me in that video. If you watched this video and enjoyed it, please leave a like, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers, motherfucker!